Hey friend, today's video is about the B half-diminished 7th chord on guitar. If you want to know how to play the B half-diminished 7th chord on 11 different shapes, then today's video is for you. But it's also a great exercise to not only improve your finger ability, but also to help you to understand your guitar fretboard a lot better. So, without further ado, let's dig into the lesson. So, just in case that you don't know it already, but it's always good to know the chord notes of a specific chord that you are currently working on. So, the notes of the B half-diminished 7th chords are root note B, minor 3rd is D, the flat 5th is F, and the minor 7th is the A. Let me now show you the first chord shape. This chord shape is definitely not a beginner-friendly one because it's relatively hard to play. And let me explain. So, you are playing your root note on the A string, 2nd fret with your middle finger, and then you are using your index finger to play the F, 1st fret on the low E string. Then you are using your ring finger to play the A on the 2nd fret on your G string. And now use your pinky finger to play the D on the B string, that's on the 3rd fret. And you are using your index finger to play the high F on the high E string as well. Notice that you are playing the F on the low E string with your index finger. You are playing the F on the high E string with your index finger. And simultaneously you are letting space for the D string to ring. So, do not mute the D string with your index finger. So, this is what your index finger should do. You should be able to play the F on the low E string, the D string should be able to ring, and the high F should you should fret the high F as well. So, this is the first shape. Now, let's move on to the second shape. And the second shape is this one here. That's a commonly used shape. So you got your root note on your A string, 2nd fret. Then use your ring finger to fret the 3rd fret on your D string. That's your F. It's the 5th. And your 7th is played with your middle finger on the 2nd fret on your G string. And now drop your pinky finger on the 3rd fret on your B string. Here you need to make sure to mute the low E string and the high E string. So, then you're ready to go. Now, let's move on. The third shape. It's this one here. Here you are playing your F with your index finger on the 3rd fret on your D string. Now, use your middle finger to fret the 4th fret on your G string. That's your B, it's the root note. Now, drop your pinky finger on the F on your B string. That's 6th fret. And now use your ring finger to fret the A on the high E string. Notice here that the lowest note is the F, so it's the 5th. And therefore it might not be your very first choice. So, let's move on. The next shape is this one here. You are using your middle finger to fret the D on the A string. It's on the 5th fret. Now the root note, the B, is on the 4th fret on your G string. Now drop your pinky finger on the F, 6th fret on your B string. And now use your ring finger to play the 5th fret on your high E string. The E string is muted and the D string is muted as well. Alright, let's move on. The next shape is this one here. Here you are using the middle finger to play the root note. It's the lowest note in this case. 7th fret on your low E string. Now use your use your ring finger to fret the A on the D string. It's on the 7th fret. And now drop your pinky finger on the 7th fret as well, but this time on your G string. That's your D. And now use your index finger to fret the 6th fret on your B string to play the F. Alright, and that's the entire shape. Now let's move on. Next shape is relatively similar, but here you are fretting the B with your thumb. So fret the root note, the B, with your thumb on the 7th fret on your low E string. Now use your pinky finger to fret the F, it's on the 8th fret on your A string. Now use your middle finger to fret the 7th fret on your D string. And use your ring finger to fret the 7th fret on your G string, that's your D. And last, use your index finger to fret the F on the B string. That's on the 6th fret. Alright, let's move on. This is the next shape. So here you are playing the root note on your D string with your pinky finger. And the hard thing about this chord shape is that you need to stretch between the pinky finger and the ring finger. So you are playing with your ring finger on your G string on the 7th fret. That's quite hard, like I said. And the next note is the F with your middle finger. It's on the B string, 6th fret. And now use your index finger to play the A on the high E string on the 5th fret. And that's the entire shape. Let's move on. The next shape is this one here. And as you can see, you're just using 2 fingers to fret the entire chord. So use your index finger for the B, that's on the D string again, 9th fret. And now you need to play a little bar with your ring finger. You can alternatively use your middle finger, but now I'm using the ring finger to play the F, the A and the D, all on the 9th fret. Make sure that it's clean. And you definitely need to avoid the A string and the E string while playing this chord. So, the next shape is relatively close to this one, but here you are using your middle finger on the D, that's the 10th fret on your low E string, so that's the 3rd in the bass, and your root note is still on the D string, 9th fret. Your ring finger is playing now the F on the 10th fret on your G string, and your pinky finger is playing the 10th fret on your B string, that's the A. F, B, and D. Next shape is this one here. As you can see, it's quite stretchy as well, so place your pinky finger on the 14th fret on your A string, that's your root note, it's your B. Now you got your D played with your ring finger on the 12th fret on the D string. And now you need to play 2 notes simultaneously with your index fingers. So, namely the F on the G string, 10th fret, and the A, 10th fret on your B string. And that's it. So, let's move on. The last shape is this one here. The root note is on the A string, 14th fret. Play it with your ring finger, and now use your middle finger to play the 13th fret on the low E string, that's your F. And now use your index finger to play the D. You can find the D on the 12th fret on your D string. And last, use your index finger to fret the A on the 14th fret on your G string. And that's the entire shape. So, alright, well done. I hope that you liked this lesson. If so, then please hit the like button. If you got any questions, then don't hesitate, post them in the comments. And until then, stay tuned.